Question 1. Let's start with the big one. At their peak, just how many passenger pigeons were there in North America? Was it A, 50 million, B, 500 million, or C, an absolutely staggering 5 billion? Go ahead, pause and lock in your answer. Okay, are you back? If you guessed C, 5 billion, you are correct. Can you even imagine that? Historians say that passenger pigeons made up as much as 40% of the total bird population in North America. Their flocks were so enormous, they would literally darken the sky for hours, sometimes even days, as they passed overhead. It wasn't just a few birds. It was a river of birds flowing through the air. Insane, right? Alright, on to question 2. These massive flocks were described as being a mile wide and hundreds of miles long. So, how fast could a passenger pigeon fly? Were they cruising at a 30 miles per hour? B, 60 miles per hour? Or C, a speedy 90 miles per hour? Pause the video, think about it, and drop your answer. And we're back. The correct answer is B, 60 miles per hour. These birds were built for speed and long distance travel. Their powerful wings and streamlined bodies made them incredibly efficient flyers, allowing them to cover vast territories in search of food. They were the marathon athletes of the bird world, constantly on the move. So, if you saw a flock coming, they'd be on you and past you in a flash. How are you doing so far? 2 for 2? Let's move on to question 3. With billions of birds, you'd think they'd eat everything, right? But they had a very specific diet. What was the primary food source for the passenger pigeon? Was it A, insects and worms, B, fish from rivers and lakes, or C, nuts and seeds from trees, especially acorns and chestnuts? Take a moment, pause, and let me know what you think. Got your answer. The correct choice is C, nuts and seeds, or what scientists call mast. They were especially fond of acorns, beechnuts, and chestnuts. Their entire migration pattern was dictated by the availability of these nuts. They would descend on a forest, strip it bare in a matter of hours, and then move on. This boom and the boost feeding style was a crucial part of their ecosystem, tilling the soil and spreading seeds as they went. Okay, question 4 is about their nesting habits. When these birds decided to settle down and have chicks, they did it in a big way. What was the name for their gigantic nesting colonies? Was it A, bird cities, B, roosting towns, or C, nesting cities? Pause here and give it your best shot. Alright, time for the reveal. The answer is, well, it's a bit of a trick question. While all those names sound plausible, the most commonly used term was simply nesting grounds or roosts, but they were so massive they were often described as cities. Some of these nesting areas covered hundreds of square miles, with hundreds of nests crammed into a single tree. The sheer weight of the birds would often break massive branches of ancient trees. It was an unbelievable spectacle of nature. We're at the halfway point. Question 5. This one is a bit sad. The passenger pigeon population went from billions to 0 in just a few decades. What was the main reason for their rapid extinction? Was it a mysterious new disease? B, widespread habitat loss from deforestation? Or C, overhunting by humans on a commercial scale? Pause and think carefully about this one, okay? Let's face the tough truth. The answer is C. While habitat loss was a factor, the primary driver of their extinction was relentless, industrial-scale hunting. They were easy to kill in their dense flocks and nesting sites. People used nets, guns, and even just knocked them out of the sky with poles. They were hunted for cheap meat to be sold in city markets. It was a tragedy of the commons, where a seemingly limitless resource was completely wiped out. Let's move to question 6. We know they were hunted, but where was the last known wild passenger pigeon seen? Was it A, in Ohio in 1900, B, in Florida in 1905, or C, in California in 1899? Pause the video and make your guess. The correct answer is A. The last credible sighting of a passenger pigeon in the wild was in Pike County, Ohio, in the year 1900. A boy reportedly shot it, not knowing its significance at the time. After that, despite some unconfirmed sightings, the bird was never reliably seen in its natural habitat again. From billions to a single final bird in the wild in just a few short years. This leads us to question 7. After the wild populations disappeared, a few birds remained in captivity. What was the name of the very last known passenger pigeon who died in a zoo? Was her name A, Martha, B, Lucy, or C, Hope? Pause and type your answer. And the answer is A, Martha. Martha was named after Martha Washington and lived out her final years at the Cincinnati Zoo. She became a sad celebrity, the last of her kind. Visitors would come to see the Enling, the final representative of a once mighty species. Her death marked the official and final extinction of the passenger pigeon. On to question 8. We just learned about Martha. In what year did she, the last passenger pigeon on Earth, pass away, officially marking the extinction of the species? Was it a 1914, B, a 1924, or C, 1934? Pause here to lock in your final answer. The date that will forever be linked to this story is a 1914. On September 1st, 1914, Martha died of old age. Her passing was a major news event and served as a powerful, heartbreaking wake-up call for the conservation movement. It proved that no species, no matter how numerous, was safe from extinction at the hands of humanity. Her body was preserved and is still on display at the Smithsonian Institution. Almost there. Question 9. Passenger pigeons had a unique look. What was the distinctive color of the male passenger pigeon's chest and neck? Was it a bright, iridescent blue? B, a slate gray with touches of pink? Or C, a vibrant yellow and green? Take a second to picture it and comment your guess. The answer is B. While both sexes were generally grayish blue on top, the males had a beautiful, iridescent neck with shades of bronze, purple, and green, and a rich, rosy pink or slate gray breast. They were incredibly striking birds, especially when the sun caught their feathers. It's a shame we can only see their beauty in paintings and taxidermy specimens today. Okay, here we are at the final question. Question 10. The story of the passenger pigeon is a cautionary tale. It was a major catalyst for what important movement in the United States? Was it A, the women's suffrage movement, B, the modern environmental and conservation movement, or C, the industrial safety movement? Pause for the last time and give me your answer. The answer, fittingly, is B, The extinction of the passenger pigeon was a shock to the nation and the world. It directly led to the passage of new wildlife protection laws, like the Migratory Bird Treaty Act of 1918. It galvanized early conservation like Aldo Leopold and John Muir and helped launch the modern environmental movement. The pigeon's legacy is a powerful reminder of our responsibility to protect the natural world. So, how did you do? Let me know your score in the comments. Did any of these facts surprise you? The story of the passenger pigeon is both awe-inspiring and deeply sorrowful. It shows us how fragile even the most abundant life can be. Thanks so much for playing along and learning with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.